Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dropping Down from the Rafters Podcast here on Tone In Entertainment. Today, here on the channel, we have Gina Marie. How you doing, Gina?
I'm good. How are you?
Sorry, we got more than Gina Marie here on the channel. Who is that?
This is Pegasus.
Pegasus. Okay.
Yeah, I have another one too. And this is Athena.
Okay.
I think they just heard people and they got excited, so they jumped on me.
So they're like real warriors then.
Oh, yeah. They're our guard dogs.
Nobody's getting through with those two running around.
No, for sure.
Now, how we came about this, and most people won't know because nothing has really been advertised, but you were at an EC3 seminar about almost 2 weeks ago down here in Pompano Beach, Florida. And yeah, you were doing some promo work and some matches that you were being critiqued on by EC3 himself. So tell me a little bit about not only why you came down here to begin with in the first place, but just about the overall experience.
Yeah, so I actually live down here. I split my time between Florida and Pittsburgh, and I've been training at CCW with Gangrel. So I was honestly I was planning on going in to train that day. And then I saw on their Instagram account that EC3 was going to be there. And I figured it would be a great opportunity to learn from him. So, you know, I signed up and got to go experience that whole seminar, which was great. I came in not knowing what to expect at all. And then, you know, he was like, okay, you're all going to do a promo and you're going to do a match. And I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm always ready. So might as well.
Okay, cool. Because I cover CCW down here in Miami. So, but I'm not familiar with like what's going on kind of behind the scenes and with the students. I'm always at the Bash at the Brew in Hialeah doing interviews at the shows. But you haven't been on one of those shows as of yet. So that's why I didn't know you were actually training there.
Yeah, so I've been in Pittsburgh for the past few months, but my boyfriend and I, we do have a place down here. So we just came back like a few weeks ago and we've still been back and forth a bunch, but we're going to start to be down here a little bit more often. So I'm hoping to work some CCW shows in the future.
Oh no, fantastic. I mean, the CCW shows here, I mean, in Miami, they're hot. They're definitely fire down here.
Definitely.
Now, when you were in the doing the seminar, you got into the ring with somebody who's familiar with here on the channel. He's been on 3 times already, and that's the Trust Fund Kid, Blake Banks. So you did like a, I guess like a practice match. Mm-hmm. So what was some of the feedback that EC3 gave you off of your practice match?
So he was pretty impressed with both of us. But he did give us some feedback about psychology, selling for me, you know, just the little things. He has a great attention to detail, and he was able to like pick out things that I really didn't think about. So it was good to hear his feedback from his perspective.
Now, the one thing that really caught my attention, because I was there covering the entire event, we're working on some videos for that particular event as well too, and was you cut a promo and you said something to the lines of, you know, for those that don't know, you were an NXT recruit. Is that the correct terminology?
Yes.
Okay. And in your promo, you said that maybe the best thing that's happened was that you were released from that situation.
Yeah.
And now you have a chip on your shoulder.
For sure. Yeah, I think, I think it was the best thing for me because now I'm able to experience wrestling in a whole different way. Because in NXT, which I'm so grateful for my experience, I would not be where I am today without them. But you really are put in this box and you train with the same people every day. Whereas now I'm on the independent scene. I'm just thrown into the wild, training with people everywhere. Pittsburgh, I was in Canada yesterday training with people and performing. So I'm getting a lot more experience out here, and I'm able to, let my creativity just run wild. Where I feel like down there, I was kind of holding myself back and being held back in a way, whereas now I'm just shooting for the stars.
Now, EC3 kind of gave you some feedback, and he was actually kind of surprised that, even in your time, well, how long was your tenure as an NXT recruit?
I was there for a little over a year.
And in that time, you didn't have one match or didn't appear on TV at all. Is that correct?
So I had a live match. It was a super short live match against Ivy Nile. And then yeah, I was never on TV. I was never to that point.
Because EC3 specifically said he couldn't believe that you weren't on TV. Like from what
Yeah.
he saw from your promos and from your in work, he was kind of shocked that you didn't get that opportunity. So coming from somebody like EC3, who is doing just amazing things right now, he's been up to WWE and he's done, he's the NWA World Champion, he's the OVW World Champion. I mean, I don't even know how many titles he's holding right now, but to get that kind of acknowledgement from somebody like EC3, he didn't have to give you that if he didn't really think it. How did that feel?
Yeah, it felt great to hear, and especially coming from his perspective because he was in my shoes. He's been through the system. He's been in WWE, and to hear that from him was it gave me confidence knowing that I'm doing the right thing. And now that I'm not with them, I know my worth and I know where I should be. So yeah, it was good to hear. It was reassuring.
I want to bring up this comment right now that just came in from Yesenia Nunez. She says he is amazing, and I know who she's talking about because her profile picture has her with Gangrel, and I know she's a
Yeah.
huge Gangrel fan. So what are some of the key things that you've learned training under the Vampire Warrior over at CCW?
Character. Character. Yeah, for sure. That's like his main thing with me. He's like, you need to let loose and just, be yourself and just let your creativity and your character flow. So that's like the main thing that I've learned from him because he's just, he's so out there and like he also shows me like just be in the rhythm and just feel yourself. So I think that's really helpful. I come from a background of like weightlifting and CrossFit, so I feel like I'm always like so sharp and I want everything to look perfect. And he's like, no, you just need to like let things happen. So that's been very eye opening for me.
Now I'm going to bring in this one. In case you guys don't know, Cherry Bombs, that's my wife. And she was there last week with me, helping me out doing stuff. And she was watching your stuff. And she says, you're great in the ring and in your promo as well, too. So she's giving you some
Oh,
props
thank
as
you.
well, too.
Appreciate it.
Now, I did see that you went to a WrestleMania in Dallas. I believe it was 2 years, like 2021, I think it was, or 2022.
2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a picture of you. It has WrestleMania in the background. When you go there, and obviously you've got the wrestling in your head, like what is going through your mind at that time as somebody who's aspiring to maybe one day be on that stage?
So that was an extremely impactful day for me. That was actually the day I got signed to WWE. So that was our final day of tryouts. And at the end of the day, Triple H handed me or offered me the contract and invited us to WrestleMania. There were eight of us recruits. So that was my first ever WWE experience in person. And for it to be on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania was absolutely unbelievable. Like it just motivated me to be out there one day. The crowd was electric. It was like I have no words for it. And it's a goal of mine to be there for
Now,
sure.
that a lot of people, may think, okay, in order to get to WWE, you've got to really go through the indies and work your way there and wrestle year after year. I mean, I know last week alone, Maddie Rinkowski just made her NXT debut,
Mhm.
and she's been working the indies for a long time, making a big name for herself. But you didn't necessarily go through that pathway to
Mhm.
get that NXT developmental deal.
Yeah, my story is definitely going to be a little bit different than the norm. But you know what? That's what makes it so special. Everybody has a different story, and I think you can learn from anyone. And no matter what path you take, it doesn't matter because it truly is all about the journey. And I'm going to make mine unforgettable.
Right, because from what I'm to understand through my research was that you went on to the website and kind of like just applied online through the
Yeah,
WWE website, right?
I did. I did. And
Wow. Okay.
luckily, everything worked out in my favor. I got a call like a week later offering me to come out to a tryout. So it all happened so fast, but I'm very grateful for it.
When you get that message, did you think you would get such a fast response to go out there to the tryout, considering you didn't have professional wrestling experience before
Not at
that?
all. I was shocked. I At first I thought it was like a fake email, like maybe I was getting an ad or something, because I was like looking into it. But once I talked to some people at HQ, I was like, wow, they are actually interested in me, and I just went for it.
So you walk into the performance center for the first day. Like I like to use this analogy a lot because I've tried out a bunch of different gyms over my life, and I feel like when you go to a gym for the first day and you know nobody and you don't really know the setup or the rhythm, you kind of look around and you're like, okay, where do I fit into this gym? What goes
Hmm.
to your mind the first day you walk into the performance center? I mean, there's probably some people in there that are like have done the professional wrestling, the indie journey, that they're like got their mindset on what to expect. What did you expect, and what were your thoughts just even finishing that first day of training?
Yeah, it definitely was intimidating, just because all of those people have so much experience, and I was walking in there with none at all. But it was also motivating, just seeing how hard everybody was working and how everybody just wants to get better. So I was excited to just get into the ring and be able to build myself up.
Now, I know we were originally going to do this interview last week, but you got sidetracked last week, and we do have something in common, actually, in that we're both Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Yes.
Yes, my parents are actually from the Pittsburgh area, and
No way.
I spent most of my summers going up to my grandmother's and going to Pirates games back when Three
Okay.
Rivers existed back in the day.
Cool. What
So
city are they? Like, what town are they from?
Greensburg and Latrobe.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so just outside of the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, I'm
were.
up north a little bit. I'm from Mars, like the planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it there. Don't try to look Gina up. She's from
Yeah.
Mars,
I'm from
people.
Mars.
Now, I know you're, you know, kind of like why you wanted to try the professional wrestling was because of your fitness background and that you're
Mhm.
a big time CrossFitter. And I've seen you, the pictures and stuff like even down here, competing in competitions down here in Miami, Florida,
Yeah.
doing stuff. So has fitness always been a huge part of your life, or is it something that you've maybe picked up maybe after high school or college or something like that?
Yeah, I got really into fitness like my senior year of high school and whenever I went to college. Not a lot of people know this about me, but whenever I was younger, I was pretty overweight, didn't live a healthy lifestyle, and I had a situation where I needed to change. And I went on to, start training and dialing in my nutrition. And I just completely transformed my body my freshman year of college. And then ever since then, I've just been obsessed with health and fitness and trying to, help others do the same because it was extremely life changing for me. And that's what led me into becoming a professional wrestler.
Do you do like coaching as well too?
I do, yeah. I
Okay,
do
so
fitness and nutrition coaching.
so if somebody's looking to get whipped into shape by Gina Marie, what do they need to do?
Yeah, come. You can follow me on Instagram. I have like a nutrition fitness page too that I'm going to be posting on more often. And then I also have a website. And if you're interested and really want to dial it in, I am offering some services and taking on some new clients. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
What can people expect when they come to one of your boot camps or fitness training sessions?
I mean, everything's very individualized, so it just depends on what their goals are, and I'll do my best to help them achieve whatever they want to achieve.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good because a lot of people like maybe intimidated or something that, maybe they're gonna be pushed too hard or
Yeah,
work
no.
too hard or something like that. It's all about meeting the individual's needs and
Yeah.
making sure they succeed
I
then.
mean, at least not on the first day. I want them to come back.
Right. Fair enough. Now, have
Mhm.
you ever like won any of these fitness competitions or CrossFit competitions that you've done?
I've won some local ones. Nothing like I haven't won the CrossFit Games or anything. I wish I had. Maybe in the future. I'm still training, but I was lucky. I got to compete overseas in Ireland at one of the top competitions in the world. I've got to compete in Miami a lot, Canada. So I've been traveling a lot, competing in CrossFit over the past few years. So yeah,
Now, I did see you had a wrestling match this past weekend. Is that correct?
I did.
And that was not down here locally either.
Oh, it was in Canada.
Oh, so you were up in Canada this
I was.
weekend.
Yep, I was in London, Canada. Had a match against Katie Arquette.
Okay, very nice. How was it wrestling in front of the Canadian fans?
They were great. I actually loved them. Don't love the weather. I was freezing, especially coming from Florida. But the fans, they were so much fun. They were so energetic, and it was a blast.
Very nice, very nice. Now, as far as CCW goes, I mean, I feel like CCW is just hot. Like, I mean, I think I've already said that before. Any of the ladies in CCW that you're looking to square off with anytime soon?
Um, I mean, any of them, honestly. I'm always up for a challenge. Um,
Okay.
five-star athlete.
Ruthie Jay, I
I,
mean,
I would,
just
I
go.
would love, yeah, I would love to have a match with her.
Okay, let's just go for the gold right away. I think your debut should be in CCW, not your debut in wrestling, because obviously you've
Athlete
done it,
versus
but
athlete.
right, let's go. Let's go. Oh, wow. Okay, athlete versus athlete.
hmm
That would be a banger of a match.
It would, yeah. Maybe someday.
Oh, okay. We're gonna put that on our radar. It's gonna be on the flyer. I think we're just
Yeah,
gonna see it one day.
for sure.
well, well, is there anything else that we should know about Gina before we let you go?
Um, just know that I'm just getting started and I'm so excited to just continue to get out there and wrestle and learn and just keep impacting whoever I can in a positive way. And yeah, this is just the beginning.
As far as like the NXT, I mean, I don't want to dig too deep into it, but like, do you think there was anything that maybe you thought went wrong that you would have changed about the situation that maybe you would be still there in NXT today?
I walk away from there knowing that I gave everything I had every single day. So I have no regrets and it's a great feeling walking away knowing that. I just know that it was an unfortunate situation and I don't think that I got to prove my full potential there and that's why I'm so excited that I have the platform and opportunity to do it out here and the doors never close. So
Absolutely. Well, that's fantastic news. Well, big things coming for Gina in the future. We can't wait to see you locally here at CCW. That's for sure.
sure. Yeah.
So, Gina, where can people follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at Gina Delucia with 2 A's. I'm also on X and I have a Facebook page as well. And you can see me at some local shows in the future.
Coming up, that's for sure. So, Cherry Bomb says, "Love to have you in the indies." So, we
Thank
we love we love our independent wrestling, and we can't wait to
you.
come out and cheer you on as you begin your rise to the top in the indies
Got
and
it.
wherever your journey takes you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, Gina, thank you so much for joining me here on Toned In Entertainment tonight.
Thank you.
All right, guys. If you like interviews like this, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you can stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.